we are, setting up in the old Birds car park. If you're from Derby and you like a nice Birds, let me know. Just signalling because it's kick-out time, I think. Oh, and there were me thinking that this was a... I thought you could get out here. I'm actually in Birds. Oh, I think you can actually. I think you can. I'm actually in Birds. I'm absolutely taking advantage of Birds finger. And yes, you can get out. I thought you could. Anyway, we're here for steering, aren't we, today? So let's look. You know, when you're normal driving, I'm going to signal here. I don't even know what's a junction into really. So that corner. So let's have a look. The first thing is don't have a tight grip. Don't have a tight grip. Do let the wheel feed off, as long as you've got it. So the way that we maintain not having a tight grip would be to sort of let the let the wheel feed itself off. But your hands need to be there for control, because if you go over a pothole or you're going fast, it might not do what you think it'll do. So left hand should be just helping here. The hands, when for straight line driving, would go to a more sort of middle position. I tend to dig my thumbs into these little grooves here. I like it that it's balanced, so think of it as a spirit level. If the road's straight, my hands and arms should feel straight. Thumbs on the outer of the wheel, so that when we feed through, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's kind of what you should hear. Do remember as well that when you're steering, in effect, you're only really steering with one hand, and the other hand is just there for support and control, and to feed and supply the next amount of steer. We'll have a look on this roundabout. I'm going to go straight on second exit, so let's have a look. In a minute, the curb's sort of in a certain place on my dashboard, so I need to keep it there. It's left steer for left deviations and right steer for right. Again, just, do you see, because I'm lined up perfect now to follow, and it's going to be the white line really that I get in that reference point this time. So right pulls right, left helps to take the steering off. So this is a long gradual left bend, so although my right hand is on the wheel, really my left's holding the pressure, and as a result I'm not having to do a lot. I've been inspired to make this video because going slightly quick there. Anyway, I've been inspired to make this video because a lot of my learners, or a lot of learners in general, not just mine, and they're not mine, I don't own them, they're doing little bits like this, and really what they're doing in effect is that's guessing your steering. It's steering too fast, and so they often overestimate it and have to take steering off. So let's go. So we're going to go left steer here, right steer here, holding, left hand's free because it's in a good position to signal, and then the left just kind of supports it. Do you see what I mean? This is how I steer, this is how it just is most comfortable to me, but never really have I got a really tight grip. Only when I'm doing 120 down the motor, I'm joking. So obviously the faster you go, you need to hold a bit tighter, but generally not too tight, yeah? Nothing that's going to make your hands sweat anyway. So we're going to go right at the roundabout. Let's have a look. Just focusing on the steering, straight line. I'm going to do the gear to go 3, and then so it's right steer from here, and it's just holding, and I'm still open to, and left to help. So really, I'm getting my hands ready for the next steer, whether it be to put on or take off. Straight line driving again. Yeah. So you'll notice that I kind of here and there will make slight adjustments. Obviously, when the road just deviates slightly, that reflects with my dashboard reference. So again, bringing that curve back into the dash, curve back into the dash, curve. And if it goes slightly more towards a parking position, that's fine as well. So do get to know your width or your gaps on the left and right. So at the moment, I'm getting a middle of the lane position, and when I pick up that middle of the lane position, quick check here, the curb runs through the dashboard. Let me just do that again. About here, about middle. Yeah, so I'm going to turn right at the roundabout. Let's have a look at the steering. Third gear, looks good. So right, so all the work's on the right because we're steering right. So we're going to signal. Got a bike coming on the left. It's going to swap to left in a minute, isn't it? So it swaps, steers on. That holds. Nothing. So you've got to kind of steer at about the same rate as you're travelling. Now I'm going to come to the left because it's quite quiet today. And when you're doing lane changes, don't throw this. See how I just sort of glided over there? That was too fast to stop, in case you're wondering. 30 at the line on amber is not great. I'm going to do a lane change here because I'm all up for making progress. And the steering, so we've got a long gradual right bend, so look, really it's the right that's got the pressure. I'm probably overemphasising hand movements, etc., just to show you. But the best thing is to be calm and relaxed, shoulders loose, neck able to have a good look around. I'm planning on merging in behind the white lorry, white van, and that's why I'm not, well, I'm just holding back really. So you see there, I didn't steer at all, I just pointed the car and just drove into the direction it was pointing. So I kind of, sometimes when I pull in on the left, I'll refer to it as a glide. So left is hold, the right is supporting, and now the right is going to take from, and it's going to be equal balance between the right and left. Left bend coming up so I can anticipate using third gear and the left hand. So here we've got some, my favourite, these dangerous speed cameras. So speed cameras are making you look at your speed off far too much rather than the road ahead. You've got a speed camera at the end of the slip road, so I don't see how that's for road safety. But anyway, that's for another day. That's not why you are watching this video. So we're going to be approaching a roundabout again in a little bit. Straights, there's corners, but when we come off this roundabout, I want you to pay attention to my driving line. I'm aware of where the curb. So that's the other thing with your steering. You've got to know how close you are to the curb, and you've got to. You need to be comfortable with that. Now at the minute, to know I'm centre of this lane, it's the white line. That white line is running through the middle of that point that I showed you earlier. Note that all lanes are different widths as well, so I'm going to go right on this one. It's closed, so it's definitely going to be second on approach. So I've got the clutch up, I can go, you see, after this one. I love it when a plan comes together. Love it, love it, love it. So which hand now? Yeah, it's the right. So which hand's now? Yeah, both. Which hand's now? Oh, it's the right. So we spiral across a bit after that exit. Which hand now? It's the right. Left is free to do what it needs with the signal, and it narrows here, so keeping straight here, keeping that curb in that position on the dashboard, knowing that I'm close, but I'm not close enough to hit. Here we've got a really narrow lane coming. This is a tight roundabout, and it does require correct positioning, if you like. So there's two lanes on it, so third gear should be fine. And then just watching the hands, left hand's getting ready, you see that? And it's off. And there we go. I just wave to any instructor I see, I do generally. As you do. Clutch in, first gear. And there we go. So, tell me how you found this video on steering. Did it give you any, was there anything thought-provoking? Any new information? Let me know. I'd love to know if it's helped or made a difference to the way you think about steering. One more thing I wanted to add, guys, I'd have said this at the beginning of the video. When you are going to steer, you need a slight bend on your arms. You don't want your arms stretched or too bendy. Your seat also needs to be correct, and your eyes need to see at least, over the wheel through the windscreen. So make sure that you set up correctly if you've got any chance of, steering nicely, smoothly, and staying in control. And on that note, I am actually going to say bye. See you again in the next one.